Me telling my East European builder about the work I'd like him to do on my house.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
The recycling people when they collect 2 weeks' worth of empty wine bottles from outside my house. And this is my girlfriend asking me to stop putting empty egg boxes and milk cartons back in the fridge.
Please stop, please. No, please.
It's just for me. I can't do it.
You can. You can do it. You can. You can.
Hello folks and welcome back. So today I'm going to do the 9 things that really, my pet peeves about the fragrance world and the fragrance community. Not the first time I've visited this type of topic and probably not the last. Before we do that, on a more positive note, if you're looking to buy fragrance samples, my recommended UK-based fragrance sampling site is fragrancesamplesuk.com. Go there, sign up, you'll get 10% off your first order. And check out their amazing advent calendar, which you've still got time to order, and get yours for the 1st of December. Okay, let's get into the video then. One other small thing. You may just be aware that Norton & Wilson has a new release out. Instead of me going on about that, here is what Chris, the great Chris from Fragmental, one of the best UK YouTube channels on fragrances, has to say about it.
Oh, it's from me old mucker, Mr. Smelly. This is his brand new fragrance from the brand Norton & Wilson. It's called Old Money. How nice are these bottles? Let's have a quick spray. Wow, Dan, I like it. Boozy, cherry, tobacco. I think this might just be my favourite from Norton & Wilson so far.
Thank you so much to him for the kind words. And if you head over to nortonandwilson.com, you can buy it now for the special launch price. If you add another fragrance to your carton with it, you'll get that fragrance for 20% off. And that offer, or the launch price, won't be bettered by any upcoming Black Friday deals, although some of our other individual fragrances will be involved in a Black Friday event on our site coming soon. Okay, so let's go for it, guys. Things that annoy me in the fragrance community today. Number 1, the homogeneity. Okay, if that's a long word. If you don't have a dictionary to hand, it means the fact that everyone's kind of the same in the online influencer space. Okay, so there are so many different genres on YouTube and so many areas where you've got people with a unique standout kind of thing that they do on their channel. I quite enjoy watching this guy called Tom Gilby, who talks about wine a lot, and he's got a certain flair and panache and little sort of in-jokes and catchphrases that are good. And I just find, because I think people become more and more professional, and they copy what worked for someone else, and then everyone doubles down on that. Most people who are doing it with any success, they're a bit kind of influencer-ish. They all kind of speak in the same way, and it's very hard to look at any of these other fragrance channels. Obviously, there are exceptions, and say, well, this bloke or this lady stands out because they're the one who's a bit like this or like this. I'm not going to name names. They're all very polished and good at what they do, but there's just not much humour or wit or anybody with a unique USP, a unique selling point for their channel. What's different about your channel? Well, I tell you about all the best fragrances that will get you compliments. Yes, but that's what everybody does. So it's just a shame that I think people copy what they think is successful, and it's all become a little bit, everyone's the same. Very polished, very good at what they do, probably giving you some quite good advice, but there's a little bit of a lack of panache and personality, I think, in the other fragrance YouTube channels. I try to have my own unique thing, and I guess you could at least say Mr. Smelly is the old school guy and the dad jokes at the beginning. I'm not saying I'm successful in what I'm trying to do, but at least I'm trying to be different, but possibly mainly in that I'm a lot worse than all the others. Maybe that's it. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Secondly, I've already did a couple of videos about this. The whole Dubai thing, the Middle Eastern thing, getting a bit tedious now. The amount of people that I see now in my feed, and they literally, it's a fragrance from a brand that I can't pronounce and I've never heard of, and there's some sort of exotic. Well, I'll get onto bottles and how they look in a minute, but yeah, the what's the word? Ubiquitousness of people having fragrances sent to them free from the Middle East, or in many cases actually going over there now. And it's just, I'm nothing against Dubai or the Middle East, but I just think this bubble has got to burst. That's my prediction. Next up is, I mentioned this one before, the obsession with some people of the performance of fragrances, whether it's in Fragrantica comments or comments on your YouTube video, or even some of the YouTubers. They emphasize this idea that it's really important that fragrances have to be strong and be smelled, and they pretend they can give you an exact measurement of how many hours it lasts and how far it projects and things like that. And they put a great weight on the performance of a fragrance, almost to the point you feel that's equal to, or maybe even more important than how it actually smells. And I think that's a mistake. One doesn't judge the quality of a restaurant primarily by the size of the portions. In fact, the places that get their customers mainly through offering huge portions perhaps are likely to be the ones offering a slightly lower quality of food, I would say. Now, I like things to last well and be smellable, of course, but I think it's overemphasized by some channels and some people in the community. Next up, then, it's the silly names for fragrances. Many years ago, we had fragrances coming out. Let's think, Ralph Lauren Polo. One word, simple. I like that. That's really good. We had Guerlain, Vetiver, Koros, Yves Saint Laurent Koros, Green Irish Tweed. A few more words in that one, but it conjures something in the imagination. Now, we have things like Valentino Uomo, Born in Roma, Extra Dose. What does that mean? There's no poetry in that. I just think the names of fragrances are getting really bad, and I want it to stop. Not all of them, but there's so many coming out now that are a flanker of a flanker of a flanker, and they've got this ridiculous load of names, with even things, to be honest, is Stronger With You, Intensely. It's just a strange... What fragrance are you wearing? Like, Stronger With You Intensely. It doesn't sound very good. If someone says, what fragrance are you wearing? Polo, Ralph Lauren. Much better. I like traditional names. I'm traditional. There you go. Okay, next up. Sex. What did I mean by that? Ah, yes. Well, needless to say, the obsession with sex in the YouTube online world, and the idea that you will be attractive to members of the opposite sex, or whichever sex you want to attract, purely by virtue of wearing a fragrance. Still many people pushing that. The fragrances that drive girls crazy. It's a little tedious now, and I think surely at some point the world will move on from that. Of course, sex has always been used to sell everything. Sex sells, as we know, and it makes perfect sense in the world of fragrances that the idea that they make you attractive is going to be part of the thing. But just this ridiculous idea that this is the main thing you need to worry about in order to make yourself attractive to people. It really is the icing on the cake, or maybe even the cherry on the top of the icing, or the frosting on the ice. It really is a small part of what makes you attractive. And if you haven't come to that realization yet, I hate to break it to you. So I'm very bored of that whole thing, and all these top tens about most to make her want you, drive her wild, or I won't say. Some of the titles I've seen, even from female influencers, are quite vulgar, I think. Okay, moving on. Absurd-looking bottles. Have I got any to hand? Well, no, because I don't tend to like them, so I haven't got any. So I've got to be honest, a lot of the Middle Eastern ones with these overly ornate, sort of ridiculous bottles, or bottles... I suppose the one that's shaped like a sabre or a sword. I saw one that's a Roman centurion plasticky looking thing. Just ridiculously over... Just silly looking bottles, okay? I like elegant, iconic, but simply designed bottles. That's what we try and do with the Norton & Wilson stuff too. I don't like... Yeah, that's fine. Bon Monsieur from Rogue Perfumery. Green... That's quite a good design. I like that. Creed Green Irish Tweed. Floris. Good. Paco Rabanne one that looks like a robot. Not good. Toy Boy or whatever it was. Just ridiculous bottles. Stop it. I don't want to see any more of those. What's next? Smells good, smells better, get rid... Ah, yes! These people doing the videos, I hate this. This really drives me mad. Hang on. I'm sorry, these people... I've seen this latest trend where they do smells good, smells better, get rid of it. Smells, and they do like 10 phrases, smells good, get rid of it. 3 fragrances from the same brand. Just, so stupid and dumb. I know we see the same things in food and other things that people... I just hate all that. Or where's the other kind of thing they do? F, marry or kill type things, and 3 fragrances for one brand, or just all that. And when they're pointing at these things, it's just like ding, 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 and it's sort of meant to sort of mesmerise you and keep your eyes on the screen. I do find that annoying. Okay, not shots fired against anyone who does it. I don't find it very appealing to me. Moving on then, I'm a really cheerful person, aren't I? A really happy person. People wanting pictures with Jeremy Fragrance. So often, or almost every time I see a Jeremy Fragrance video, he's clowning around or whatever he's doing, he's out in public and he's spraying something and describing it. You've always got these rather, usually men actually, sad men, sort of a bit older than him, normally, millions of times not as in good shape and charismatic as him, but that's not holding that against them. And they want to, they're asking him for a photo, and it gives him this opportunity to be, hey bro, only 1 minute, don't pressure my camera person, or he can be quite arrogant and rude. Don't feed his narcissism and ego by wanting a picture with him. Well, what are you achieving by getting a picture with Jeremy Fragrance? Sad. It's really sad. I just wouldn't do that, even if I met a major celebrity, world celebrity, which with the greatest respect, I don't think Jeremy Fragrance is, like a film star or someone. I wouldn't bother them or ask them for a picture. And please hold me to this. If I ever meet Jeremy Fragrance, I do not want to have any picture taken with him. I will not be initiating that, and I just find it sad and silly. Stop, including other influencers desperately trying to get a quick video with him and stuff, like, I'll give you 30 seconds, like he's so important. Don't give him that opportunity. Sod that. Okay, no, don't hate him. I think this is 9 things. I might have said 10. 9 things, top 10 things. 9, I only thought of 9. Last one, fragrance events and fairs. So all these people going to the Milan thing, or even worse, the ones in Dubai. I'm really being a grumpy bastard here, but hopefully one day I'll go to one, because there are some business reasons why I might, but it's not something I relish. I can't think of anything much worse than being under some banner, in some big tent or building or sports centre or whatever they hire to do these things, event centre, full of fragrance influencers and pretentious brand owners or sales reps. I mean, a bunch of fragrance sales representatives and fragrance influencers walking around with lanyards, their little placards on, and taking selfies and grabbing videos and holding their little microphones and in doing, smells good, smells better, get rid of it. I just can't think of anything worse. I can't think of a worse way to ruin a weekend in Milan, where one of the big fairs is, than by going to that event. I mean, for all the things to spend your time in Milan doing, that seems the least appealing to me. So there you go. I'm a very curmudgeonly, miserable man, all meant in jest. Let me know what you thought about that. If you like the fact that I bring something different to the show or the YouTube game, please subscribe to the channel and let me know what you thought about it. And remember, although sometimes life can stink, at least we can always smell good, right? Bye-bye.